What is going on, guys? It is good to see each and every one of you again. Now, today I wanted to talk about an album that has resonated with my soul for a very long time, since I was a child. An album that I heard when I was very young and immediately impacted my life. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Depeche Mode. I've reviewed a few of their albums on this channel many years ago. And I promised you guys I would do their entire discography, and I'm working on it. I'm not exactly doing it in a particular order, but this album I had to talk about because we live in a time now where things are kind of dark. Things haven't been good this year, and the one thing I could always go to when things get dark, when things get bad, when things get negative, the one thing I could always go to in my life was music. I could always go back and listen to the albums that spoke to me. And this was one of those albums. I wanted to talk about Violator by Depeche Mode. As you can see, I own the record. That's how much I love this album. Now, around this time, around 1990, I think Depeche Mode were at their absolute peak, in my opinion. They had just done Music for the Masses, which I'll talk about in a different video because I haven't talked about it yet. The Music for the Masses was such a hit. The entire album was such a hit that it pushed Depeche Mode into stardom. And I'm not surprised. It was a very good album. It came out in 1989, I believe, 1988, sometime around then. And it was such a success. They had a massive tour. They even had a DVD, Depeche Mode 101, which was one of their biggest concerts in 1989. And literally right after that, they put out Violator, which was just the icing on the cake. And with Violator, they were able to surpass the greatness of Music for the Masses. They did even better on Violator, which was amazing. I mean, back to back for many years, they had multiple very good and successful albums. From Black Celebration all the way to Songs of Faith and Devotion, which came after Violator, they did very well. But Violator was truly the album that really defined who they were. They really did find their own sound on this album, and they really expressed that on almost every song. This album just had a whole new vibe to it compared to the things that they were putting out before. It was more dark, it was gothic, it was romantic. It was a combination of things that they experimented with in the past, as well as a new sound that they were creating. Songs like the intro track, which is very important to me, because it gives me a insight on what exactly I'm stepping into when I'm listening to an album. The song World in My Eyes really has that dark vibe to it and really displays that darkness and romanticism, as well as that sexuality. It's a beautiful way of expressing love. It's all love, and it's darkness. That sort of theme kind of continues through various songs on the album. Songs like Blue Dress, for example, show that dark romanticism. But this album isn't just romantic or dark, it's got some other elements to it as well. Enjoy the Silence, for example, is a beautifully written song and really showcases the importance of silence and how words can truly ruin a beautiful moment between two people. While that's romantic, at the same time, it's not all romanticism. It's just the beauty of the world and the nature of things. Songs like Waiting for the Night really showcase that dark side that Depeche Mode kind of dabbled into on their previous albums, but they really got into it on this album, especially with Waiting for the Night. Lyrics like To My Surprise, With Half Closed Eyes, things looked even better than when they were opened. Things like that. You know, the album talks about death, it talks about love, it talks about pain, it talks about heartache, it talks about beauty. It's a beautiful combination of all of those things. While Depeche Mode at this point in their career were kind of known for that synth pop kind of vibe, this album, while it had elements of synth pop, it really shifted them into something different. It was more melancholic, it was gothic, it was beautiful. Songs like Halo, songs like Policy of Truth, really show them shifting into that darker vibe. All in all, this album is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's just perfect. Again, it's a beautiful combination of melancholy, sadness, romanticism, darkness, love, passion, beauty. It's just a fine mix of light and darkness. And lyrically, this album is amazing. Enjoy the Silence, in my opinion, is one of the best written songs on the album. Songs like Waiting for the Night and Personal Jesus really showcase Depeche Mode at their absolute best. I think you should listen to this album from track to track. Do not skip a single song. It is a fantastic album. Thank you guys for watching. Rock on.